we want to bring you as much content as possible on FTA Sports. So delighted to say we've got more opponents joining us for interviews the last couple of weeks, and now I've been joined by Oxford coach Shane Morris. Shane, first of all, thanks for joining us. Second of all, when Oxford came perhaps in the autumn time, it was a little bit of a shooting gallery. Ross Miller played well, but really Bristol controlled the game and opened it up. Tonight, and I guess this is credit to you and going in there and the way the players have responded, solid defensive structure, and you made life hard for the Pitbulls tonight.
Yeah, that's the plan, right? Although I haven't seen Pitbulls play all year, I'm quite familiar with the roster. I know that a lot of the guys here, obviously played with Richie and Mike back in the day, and I know a lot of the young guys from Swindon and stuff, so I know what kind of team you've got. Looked at some of the highlights, and you guys are a real feisty young team, really well drilled, and so the plan tonight was to try and shut that down really and clog up the middle. And we came in, we've been practicing the neutral zone trap, try and slow everything down through the middle, look for opportunities, and credit to the boys tonight, they did that. It didn't feel to me like it was a 4-1 game, felt a lot closer. So yeah, I think overall we responded well, and we're definitely a different team to what we were at the start of the season, and I'm looking forward to trying to cause some upsets.
Absolutely. I want to get an opponent's coach view. A lot of the Pitbulls' success this year, when we've talked about it on FTA Sport, is based on their forecheck. Now, your defenders, your team defense was superb tonight, but it must be hard sometimes just to get the puck out of the zone. You've got that waves of forecheck, and you've got guys turning over the puck. What's it like to coach against that?
Yeah, it's difficult, right? Yeah, so you guys are very similar to Slough in that aspect. You've got young guys, skate hard, and they just keep coming in waves, and it's hard to defend against that. From a coach's point of view, we have to try and slow those guys down through the middle, but obviously you got to be careful not to get interference penalties, so we have to try and skate in the lanes, slow those guys down, give the D an opportunity, and credit to the Pitbulls tonight, they just kept coming at us and forcing turnovers in our zone, and that's really tough to play against. So yeah, they're a well-drilled team, and they've lots of energy and lots of youth in there, so yeah, credit to them, they deserve the win tonight. But as I say, it was an end-to-end game, and I think every fan in the building will walk away happy with that.
I'm going to ask you another coaching question, so I'm always grateful when the coaches come up and to get your insight. You've obviously got a structure there defensively now. How do you get that balance to maybe open the game up? You had some chances tonight, maybe not a lot of grade A chances. You had one at the start of the third period, but is there a fine balance between having that defensive structure and then opening it up, activating your defenseman on the pinch? As a coach, how do you get that balance? Yeah,
it's a great question, and it's a really tough one for me to answer actually, because I think if I'd had the team from the start of the season, it'd be very different. At the moment, task number one for me is just getting defensive stuff in. We're now starting to work on our transitional play, and just trying new things and stuff. So it's a really hard one for us to do. We're also missing a lot of guys right now. Joey Edwards, our top scorer, out. Griff, out. We got a couple of guys out. And we're kind of playing game by game, seeing what our roster's like, and that makes it really difficult as well. So from a coaching point of view, it's really hard. The big thing we need to work on now is transitional play, getting D-to-D passes across and quick ups and getting back into the zone, and we started on that in Wednesday's practice actually. But as I say, the hard thing is I've only had these boys for I think 3 or 4 weeks now. So key number one was just getting defensive systems in place, and then that'll give us a chance at every game. Now that we've got that system in place that everybody's comfortable with, we can now start to look at that transitional stuff and attacking options.
And just finally, Shane, I guess this is a project for you. Short term, you're looking to put a system in place that can potentially give Streatham problems in the playoffs, but you must maybe have one eye already on next season and building your team, your group, and your style of play.
Yeah, you know what? Great question. I won't be coaching next year.
Really?
Yeah, really. So this is a short-term gig for me. I was approached at the start of the season about being assistant coach, and I said, look, I've got family commitments, 2 young kids, one age 4, one age 1, and I want to spend time with them. So I don't want to spend if I was going to spend every day at hockey.
Yeah, of course.
I might as well lace them back up again. So from my side of things, we're going to bring in a new coach next season. I'll be moving to a head of hockey operations role, kind of what Richie's doing here, and trying to build the club essentially. So I approached the team about that just before the head coach resigned actually, and I said, I want to help you guys next year, but I want to do it in an off-ice capacity, starting to build the team, looking at what guys we can sign ready for the new coach coming in and all the rest of it. So yeah, it'll be a different role for me next year. you might still see me on the bench. I might still assistant coach and help out the new coach who's coming in. But from my side of things, yeah, it'll be a different role. But I think foundations are being built now for the guys. You know, they'll know that there's going to be structure in Oxford next year. They know there's stability there next year. You know, lots of exciting things are happening off ice. So yeah, it's all good.
Well, Shane, that sounds very exciting. We wish you all the best. We wish Oxford all the best. Thanks for a great game tonight, and thanks for joining us on FTA Sport.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.